The biggest mistake I made in my business was not hiring a professional to help me with my money. Not just my taxes, but the actual plan I had for my business. I was completely lost on how to handle taxes, what to do with profit, and how to maintain my income. I had to find a better way. That's when I found Core Financial. Core Financial is a team of tax professionals that actually care about building real relationships with their clients. They run my books, keep me up to date with my finances, and make sure I'm taking full advantage of all of my tax benefits. Are you struggling with your finances? Look no further. Core Financial is a brand that is nationwide that can help you with your business. Both Nick and I are huge fans of Core, and they can help you too. Check out howtofilmweddings.com/core to schedule a consultation today. Core Financial, real relationships, no surprises.
It seems like there are new cameras and equipment coming out all of the time. It gets increasingly confusing and the FOMO is real. John and I have been preaching for years that the best way to try out new gear is to rent before you buy. There is only one place that we recommend when it comes to renting, and that is our friends over at Lens Rentals. Lens Rentals is the premier source for renting not only camera equipment, but lenses, drones, projectors, and more. Do you have a big project coming up and you really need to wow your couple? Wanting to test out the newest camera before you drop thousands on it? You need Lens Rentals. My favorite thing is that if I love something I rent, I can keep it. They apply a portion of the rental fee to the purchase price, and within a few simple clicks, the gear is mine. So head over to howtofilmweddings.com/lensrentals and use promo code HTFW15 at checkout for 15% off of your order. Lens Rentals, the only place we recommend renting. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the How to Film Weddings podcast. My name is Nick Miller, and I'm joined today by Mr. John Bunn. John, how are you this afternoon?
I'm good. It is hot. I am filming a wedding this upcoming weekend as this episode drops, but the high as of today is only 88 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot but not too hot. But they are doing their ceremony outside in a beautiful museum garden, so I'm not like mad, but I'm also just like kind of wondering if I'm just going to be a nasty sweaty mess. But
Probably.
I can't complain. It's a beautiful, gorgeous wedding. It's my only wedding of August. Just haven't shot in forever. So I'm like, I met with the couple yesterday. We had a great meeting. And I was telling my wife this morning, just like, I'm actually just really excited to get out and shoot. So I'm really excited for that. I'm excited that my kids are like back in school. I know I talked about that last week a little bit, but that's a big thing, Nick, right? If you have kids.
Yes. If you have kids, there is light at the end of the tunnel. If they're like 3 years old right now and you want to keep doing this, just hold on. They go to school and your world changes. You get time back. Now the summer, that's a totally different thing. We don't need to talk about summer, but during school year,
oh yeah,
it's very nice. My kids
have been getting so much done.
Yes. Jen told me that was yesterday or the day before. She was like, I've gotten more done in the last 2 days where the kids haven't been in school than I have all summer.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, I have all these ideas, and I'm realizing that like back to school is kind of like my time of the year where I like really start to lean into thinking about next year, thinking about all my branding, thinking about my pricing. And usually at this time of the year, August, I'm about 75% booked up for next year. I'm switching my Redeemed Productions brand over to John Bunn Films. I just actually hired Sam Jacobson to, he's been on our podcast a couple times, and his team to write all of the copy for my website to just take it to the next level. I had hired Raven from 315 Designs to do the actual branding and the website, and it's gorgeous. And I was like, man, I just want to take it to the next level. I want to like really redo my sales process. There's a lot going on with that, but like I am to a point though where my schedule is already pretty much as booked as I want it to be for next year. And when I was gonna release this website, it was gonna be like 2 or 3 months ago. Some things got like delayed a little bit. Mostly my fault. All my fault. But what happened though is I only had one wedding booked a month ago for next year, and now I have 7 booked, and my goal was 5. One of them is an associate shooter, so I was going to raise my starting prices from $6,500 to $7,500 whenever I launched John Bunn Films. But now, with the help of Sam and the confidence in my brand and everything, I think I'm going to bump it up to 10 grand, like the biggest jump in the history of the company. Not because I'm just like trying to book, like all of the weddings that I booked for next year, except for one, are over 10,000 at this point, and it's just blowing my mind. That's like, oh my goodness. And so, I just am going to put that at the starting price. And I know that's not what we're talking about today, and I'm just talking, but it is really cool to see like me putting the investment into my brand, into the logo. My website has been so crappy for so long. So many of you guys have DM'd me about it. I get it. I kept saying like, I'll fix it. And then it was just like, I'm doing a big redo, and it took a year plus to do that. So I'm just really excited about the new John Bunn Films, John Bunn Films, and all that's going on with that, and that my kids are back in school so I can really get focused. Now, Nick, we posted in our Facebook group. Did you know we have a Facebook group?
Mm-hmm. I do.
There's almost 12,000 of you in there. 12,000.
It's very close to 12,000.
That is a lot of people. I grew up in a town of 2,100, one stoplight, and there was a Mazio's Pizza, which that's like a local chain, I think so. Like an Oklahoma.
It's definitely an Oklahoma thing. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a Mazio's Pizza inside of a gas station. That was the only food chain that we had. We had a Main Street diner. I came from a small town. There are 6 times as many people in this Facebook group than there are in the town I grew up in. But we posted a question. Nick did. It was a really great idea. Wedding day hacks. He just said, What are your wedding day hacks? And that post kind of blew up. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, we had well over 100 comments, on in that post just asking that. And so John and I were thinking, hey, what's a good episode for us to talk about? Fall is getting really ramped up, and I know there's some people that are cramming basically an entire year of weddings into the next 2 or 3 months, and so you're just so busy. And so we wanted to help you save time on a wedding day, or help you be more efficient on the wedding day. So the question that I posed was, what are some wedding day hacks that you do? What are some things that you do on a wedding day that have really, really helped you and, saved your bacon from time to time? So we are doing our very first ever, we're going to call it a mailbag episode, okay? Where we just kind of put a question out there, let people answer, and then we'll read them on air and give our feedback if we think something needs feedback, but it might not. This could be one episode. It could split into 2. We don't know, but we're just going to start reading these questions and giving answers, and that's what we're going to do from there. And I think we should just do it. What do you want?
I'm down. I am a big fan of the wedding day hacks. I know over the years I started doing certain things just because, that saved me time, that made my job easier. And there were so many good hacks that were in here, some that we had given before or talked about before, but then some it was like, that's a really good idea. So I like the idea. We'll read them off and have a good time with it. Hopefully these are helpful. And if you're listening on YouTube or on our Facebook page, leave a comment with your favorite hack. I got emotional about it, choked up. Leave a comment with your favorite wedding day hack in the comments, or if you see this, post on Instagram, all that kind of good stuff. So, Nick, I'll let you take it away.
And you have these pulled up on your screen too, right? So you can see. Yeah. Okay, just gotta just make sure about that. Yeesh. So I wanted to get the ball rolling on this, so I posted one that I actually picked up from John a while ago, and that was this. I take a DR10L. I have like 5 of them with me on a wedding day, and I take one and I just clip it on my pants and I clip it on my shirt, and I walk around the entire day with it. So that way, if there's ever, a prayer that's going on, or there's going to be an impromptu first look, or there's something that's happening that I need to mic somebody really quick, I will just say, here, let me mic you really quick, and I have it on me. It's ready to go. I don't even have to unzip like a backpack or a fanny pack or anything like that. It's right there, ready to go, and I put it on somebody. So that was something that I picked up from John, I don't know, 4 years ago, whenever we started hanging out together. And I was like, man, that's just really smart. Because that 30 seconds that you could take to, oh, I got to get this out of my bag, even though if you have your bag on you, then the moment could be over, or they might have moved on and not waited for you. So that's one that I thought was
there's
genius.
so many times. Thank you. There's so many times, especially there was this one time that the grandpa of the bride was just upstairs in the waiting on the ceremony. And that was where the bride's getting ready room was. And I don't think he even knew it, but he was just up on the couch, like when they came back from photos. And like he was sitting there and he was like, can I pray for you guys real quick? And I was like, boom, this mic is ready. Let me throw this mic on you real quick. And it was like the backbone of the entire edit. So just being ready, that's a great one. Glad it helped you. Definitely have a mic on you, out, ready to go at all times.
And we will say with this episode, there were several people that kind of had repeat comments and like that kind of thing. So, I wrote down a few of them, but if you said something that somebody else, we want to read as many names on air as we can. But if you said something and we don't read it, but your question got asked, it's because so many other people put it down as well. So yeah, there we go.
I love it. Well, the next thing up here, Patrick Helenga. I think that's how you say his last name.
I think
Helenga from Shore and Summit Films. Awesome dude. He said, if your brand allows for you to wear a nice looking denim jacket, most of them have deep pockets, which are perfect for carrying extra batteries and an audio recorder or even spare small lens. Nick, do you do this?
I do not do this because I do not wear a jean jacket to a wedding.
But I wish I did. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but it's a good idea. I think anything that you can have like on you to carry stuff rather than like a jacket is one thing, but a backpack or a fanny pack or something like that is totally different. So yeah, if I'm ever, doing a wedding where like, oh, you can definitely wear a jean jacket. I have a jean jacket. Maybe I'll do that.
I do too. I don't know. Maybe it's a new look for me. But that is true. Like even something, the ladies, I know Jen wears like an apron, all that kind of stuff. I do bring a backpack with me and I kind of sit it in the room, but having stuff accessible and easy, so helpful.
Definitely. Luis Arnold, and then I think it's Damian Gray and a whole bunch of other people said, put the schedule on your iCalendar or something like that, so it's on your iWatch, so you can just kind of flip through it. Make a lock screen.
iWatch? How old are you? It's an Apple Watch.
Apple Watch. I'm sorry.
Are you almost 40? Nick's turning 40 this year. A couple months. Sorry. Go back to it. It's Apple Watch. You can say iWatch or whatever you were saying.
Okay, put the schedule on your watch. Put the schedule on your lock screen on your phone. And then that way you can just pull it out and have it easily accessible. The one thing that I do after I get the finalized timeline from either the planner or the bride or whatever is I actually go into Instagram and then I just set the background to like gray or something, and then I just type out the main points of the day. You show up at 1, dress on at 2, first look at 3, ceremony at 4, and just put the big events. So it's really easy for me to pull out my phone and check what is going on through the wedding day. So that's a thing that I do and I also, as just to be a good person, I always text that to the photographer, ahead of time, say, here, in case you want this, have at it. If not, no big deal, but I made it and thought you could use it.
You said the Instagram thing, and the first time you told me about it, I was confused at what you were talking about. I was like, do you post it on an Instagram? But basically, you're just saying like in the little
make a story.
Tool, you create it, you save it, but you don't post it.
Yes. Yeah, I don't post it. I make it in story mode so I can edit it really quick, and then I just save it on my phone, and I don't post it anywhere. But that's the easiest
it's formatted
way.
For your phone, and it's not like too big for that makes sense.
Formatted for the phone, and the text is nice and big, and so you can see it really easily. So
that is neat.
Yeah.
All right. So Zachary Will says this one, and I've been doing this lately. I like this. If possible, set up your reception lights and ceremony cameras before your coverage time starts. It makes the day go way smoother. I agree 1,000,000%. Like I will take the reception lights to the reception room. I will get them in the spots that they go. I might go ahead and, put them all the way up or at least right where they go, get the cords out to plug in things if I need to, get things taped down, like just do all that stuff beforehand. And then usually I will, if the ceremony is at the same location as getting ready, I'll get out the extra two tripods that I use, have my cameras on them ready to go, the lenses ready to go, and just kind of stashed off to the side to just be ready. Because I know so many times back in the day I would get to almost ceremony time and be running around like crazy. Do you do this?
Whenever I'm at a location where I can do this, yes. It's we're for the most part we're working at venues where they're getting ready, at least getting ready, and the reception is at the same place. Sometimes we're still working at places where that will happen, and then the ceremony might be at a church building or something, some other place. But yes, if we can, as early as I can, I will set up the lights. Typically, if we're kind of traveling around throughout the wedding day, as soon as we get to the reception, I will get our little torch light on the little pop-up stand and give that to Jen and say, go film details. And then I will set up all of our like main lighting that we'll use for the dances and the toasts and stuff later on in the night. So, but yeah, if I can do that, I definitely do that.
Yeah, you do it.
I do it. Let's take one more little mailbag here, and then we'll go to break because we need to go to break. But Grant Fitzgerald and Kimberly Blythe Ferris, they both mentioned a rolling wagon. I have a Max Sports Wagon, I think is what it's called. John, you have one of these too, I believe. I actually picked this thing up from David Reynosa like 5 years ago from Forestry Films. But the year that I bought my C100s, my Max Sports Wagon was my favorite purchase of the year. Yeah. And it's a wagon that folds up, but you're able, like, I remember for so long, whenever it was especially time to pack up or move or something, I was like, I have all of this stuff, because we have like 5 times the stuff that photographers have. We have so much stuff, and it just takes me forever, and I feel like I'm a pack mule, and I'm trying to get everything and all that stuff. And especially when I had a slider and like it was just attached onto the tripod, and it was so big and all of this stuff. Anyway, the wagon, great purchase. The only downside about it now is we travel a lot, and when we fly, we don't take our wagon with us, so I really miss it. But
yeah, I love the wagon we have. I have a couple of Pelican cases and some tripods and light stands, and sometimes we can't fit everything on the wagon, but it's still like we only have to take one trip now, and that extra trip at the end of the night. I think yours might have this. I can't remember what brand mine is, but mine has like expandable cup holders on the outside of it. So like I'll put a bottle of water in each whatever, and it's got like little pouches and stuff. So I'll just keep like little things in there and all that good stuff. So I can like stash this away somewhere in a closet and keep all of my gear and it just makes it really easy. So yeah, I love that thing. It saved me so much time. Even if there's no ramp to get up, like it's just easier to even pick it up once and like move it. So yeah, I love that hack. It's how much are those? $50 maybe?
They're in the neighborhood of 50 to 100, maybe even like 60 to 80, somewhere in there. But again, it helps you be more efficient with your time. It helps you, I can put all of my tripods, all of my monopods, my 3 bags that I take, and then, like my my whatever it's called, drone, just put all of that in there, wheel it in. And then after I get everything kind of pulled out, I can fold it up and, set it in the corner or, whatever. And they come in lots of colors. You probably might want to look for a black one.
My kids ride in it all the time.
Ride in it when we go to the zoo. Yeah, we take it.
Yeah, we take it to Costco, and when I get done in Costco, we fill up all of the groceries, and I can wheel them into my house. I'm just saying, you can do all kinds of things.
You can.
You can scare your dog with it.
Probably. So
anyway, yeah.
Anyway, we have so many more mailbag hack responses that we are going to get to, and we will start to do that right after this break.
Hi, it's Michael from Wedditor. We want to thank everyone for the incredible support we've received since sponsoring How to Film Weddings. Yes, we've had some growing pains, but we've had far more wins. And we're doing something that's never been done. We're a remote team of over 50 editors in 10 countries. I often joke that we're as much a logistics company as we are a creative company. Right now, demand is off the charts. And we don't just say yes to everyone and scramble to figure it out. That's why we're asking you to help us help more of you. In short, we're looking for more talented Wedditors. Part-time or full-time, work from where you want, when you want, as long as you hit deadlines and deliver quality. It's a chance to get paid while growing as an editor. Our project managers work with you, explaining why something feels right or doesn't, because there's always a reason. If you're interested, we'd love to hear from you. Go to wededitor.com/editor and fill out our form.
All right, we are back from break doing a mailbag episode, just sharing hacks that so many of you posted in our Facebook group just to help the wedding film community. Man, we got like 3 people all saying kind of the same but different things. Drew Tomzik said he bought a $50 dress stand from Amazon so that he can hang the dress literally wherever he wants. I saw it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's a hanger thing that it's by itself. It's kind of like a light stand, but for a dress, if you think of it that way, so you can hang the dress wherever you want. Ken Amores says he always has problems hanging up stuff. So he got a toilet hook with a glass suction on. I guess that's what it's called. Little suction cup, so you can just suction it to the wall. Kaylee Cotto got a command hook, so basically the same thing, so that you can hang the dress up, hang the suit up, kind of wherever you want. So, John, have you ever used a command hook or anything like that?
Yeah, we have a command hook in the bag. We did, especially whenever we were photography, and I don't do as many. Like, if we can't find a spot like that's easy and accessible, I just shoot the dress on the bride, just trying to keep it minimal and simple. But those hooks, those kinds of things. I did see that dress stand. It's almost like a hangman board. Like, it's just like
it kind of looks like that.
And and so like you can just wheel it or put it wherever you want. So that's really cool. I think it's a good hack. And then also just all these other ideas with like these hooks, these cups. Like, there's a million different ways to go about it, but those kinds of things will make it way easier for you and give you some more hacks. Jake Schrader had a good one, and I do this myself. I have, he said, gaff tape on your monopod or gimbal handle. You never know when you might need some, and it's so nice to have it available. We put like a piece of tape around, pretty much like little pieces of tape around all of our monopods and our tripods, just so it's like gaff tape, so it's somewhere near in case it's on our light stands. Like, I've had light stands fail before where like the screws got loose or something, and the light stand wouldn't stay up, so I could just put a piece of gaff tape in it, held it up for a while I went and got my screwdriver or my handy dandy Swiss Army knife. So yeah, do you do that?
I've never had, no, I don't wrap gaff tape around any of my stuff, but maybe that's a good idea. So then it's always there. I mean, I
don't need it a ton, but there's random times where it really has come in handy.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Love that idea. Patrick Jenka says, bring earplugs to protect your hearing at loud receptions. This is something that Jen and I just bought, way too recently. Like, we've been doing weddings way too long not to do this, but I think that that's something that we undervalue, is our ears and our hearing. And whenever that starts to go, like, there's nothing you can do to bring it back. So earplugs, earbuds, something just to go in your ear to block out that really, really loud noise.
I bought a pair last year. Like, a friend at a wedding, like a photographer, was like, hey, I have earplugs. Do you want some? And I tried it, and I realized that, like, at the end of a wedding day, especially after a long, loud reception, I would get home and it would take me forever to wind down, like forever. And I could just hear the wee, like, ringing in my ears. And as soon as I started, I had that first wedding putting earplugs, like, by the time I got home, I was nice and calm. My ears weren't ringing. And I was just like, why haven't I been doing this? So I actually bought like a $30 or $40 pair that are like these sound canceling, but you can still hear like people talking to you. I don't know, like, they come with like a little case. I'll have to look at what they're called, but they're right here. The Vibes, that's what they're called.
Okay.
Anyway, they're awesome, and they have different like moldings for like to fit different ear hole sizes. So if you have big ear holes, anyway, yeah, they're these little guys that if you're watching on YouTube, but they're like, I have these two little earplugs and they're almost like earbuds for like whatever Nick's wearing that makes them look cool. What are those things called? AirPods.
AirPods?
They're kind of like AirPods. They're cool and they're cool and they come with this little case in it. Anyway, I'm making lots of noise trying to like not make a lot of noise. But yeah, that's a huge thing. And you're right, Nick, especially, you know, as we're both getting older, getting close to our 40s. It's like, man, all these years of not paying attention to that, it's like that will bite us in the butt. So earplugs it is. All right, so Amelia Jane says, I love wearing a fanny pack with extra batteries and memory cards. I also keep a granola bar in my fanny pack. Man, the fanny pack is where it is at. I actually might find me a very cool fanny pack. I love it.
Whenever we shot a wedding in Cabo, the photographer, his name Tay, I think was his name. He had one, but he almost wore it like one of those. Remember those backpacks that were like one shoulder, like, but it was one strap. You know, he would like had it on his back, but the strap was like right in, or the clasp was right in the front. And whenever he needed anything, he just go like and flip it around so that the bag part wouldn't be in the way. So, you know, he just wore it like that on him, but it had, you know, all of that kind of stuff, another thing that I would recommend to put in a fanny pack or something like that would be like ibuprofen or Tylenol or something like that, Band-Aids, anything that you can think of. And I think someone else mentioned that in a post down below. But maybe a fanny pack. I don't know if that, you know, fits with your style and your look. I don't know.
Yep. I have those similar kinds of things in the pouches of my Pelican case, but having things near you, on you, like just to have like the protein bar, like I buy boxes of the Lara bars and like different kinds of just pick me ups, because if I get hangry, oh my goodness, like it's really hard for me to focus. If they're like, we'll get you food, and they like don't remember you or whatever, like not having food accessible to me, but just having protein bars, things like that, which makes me, I want to skip ahead, Nick, just to hit Amy Judy's comment. She said, protein powder ready to add water in a shaker bottle. That's a really good idea, just having a shaker bottle with a scoop of protein in it. So you have a healthy, like a nutritious, also hydrating, like, so you're getting something healthy instead of like randomly finding like a Coke from the bar, so you can, you know, get some sugar or something like that. So great idea, Amy.
Yeah. Brad Turner, just learning the flow of a wedding day so you can always be one step ahead. Yes, that is something that probably takes most people way too long to really anticipate and figure out. But, you know, after you film a few weddings, you know that it always takes 30 minutes for the bride to put on her dress. It doesn't take that 10 minutes that they think that it's going to be, especially if one of those little like button hook, you know, kind of dresses, you know, something like that. It always takes longer. So just anticipate. And then another thing that he suggests is having the correct base plates to go across all of your gear, and then having enough to go ahead and put them on. I remember when I first started out and I had, you know, a couple of different cameras, or I had my Ronin, and if I need to switch the camera, actually I had to take the base plate off and put it on because I didn't have enough base plates and that kind of thing. That is a big time saver, is just have enough base plates for whatever system that you are using. Make sure they all go together so that if you have a camera that's on your gimbal, you can quickly take it off and put it on your tripod or your monopod or whatever, and just back and forth be as quick and as efficient as possible. So I really love that hack, and I really like that tip.
Yep, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Rob Dunlop says this, and he said, if you use those big Sony batteries, get the ones with the USB in and out, easy to charge, and a great backup power source for all your devices. Yes, that's a huge one. The new drone that I have, the battery bank, has a USB out, like USB-C, whatever, so I can charge my phone using those 3 batteries, which is super cool. And so, yes, just like having, even you can buy like a little battery bank for, you know, we bought that for when we went to Italy just in case. But so you can charge your phone, so you can, you know, all that kind of stuff. Having battery power is a great idea just in case. So yeah, very good one.
Yeah. I think it's your turn to ask one or read one of these things.
I just read Rob Dunlop's, but I'll read another one.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay, I'm gonna read it then. I think we really need to take turns here. I'm all about sharing. Whenever you
I
did,
appreciate that.
Whenever you did Amy Judy's out of
I got it
order,
off.
like
I'm
it just
sorry.
it
I'm
just
sorry.
messed me up.
I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. No,
I
it's
should
good.
have
They
stuck to
went
the
together. I
script.
should have reordered them. I'm sorry.
No, man. That's
So,
on me.
Susan Fielding says a reception audio hack: plug a recorder directly into the back of the receiver of the wireless microphone that toasts will be given on. You might have to fight the DJ about it, but I can't tell you how many times music has been playing in the background while toasts are going on. Yes, this is something that I picked up, I think, from Ryan Coda a while ago. If you can, go up to the DJ and ask, or whoever's doing the sound, and say, can I plug directly into the receiver of the mic that's going to be doing the toasts? Typically, if it's a newer system, I don't know, some of them don't, but most of them have an XLR and a 1/4 inch out on the back. Most DJs only use that XLR, so then I can plug into the 1/4 inch. It's just like, it does not mess with their system. It does not do anything, and I record straight to that. And then I always see if I can, put a recorder on the back of the speaker, straight out of the speaker. And then I always, we bring a mic stand, so I always put a lav mic on the mic stand so that I have three sources of audio if everything hits the fan or something like that. But yes, I recently had that happen to me where music was playing during some toast stuff, and I was like, oh, that stinks.
Yeah, that's happened to me a ton of times in multiple sources. Redundancy. I had to do it a fourth time. Dre Knott
Just to be redundant?
says, yeah, that's what I was doing. He says, I carry batteries on me and put painter's tape on the end of the fully charged ones. I thought this was a really good idea, like differentiating charged batteries versus uncharged batteries, or like dead batteries. I have two lens case, like little bag things that some of my lenses have come in, and like one is marked charged, one is marked dead. And so like if I do change out batteries, I haven't had to use too many batteries in the last little bit, just because my Tascams, they all last all day long, but it is good to know what's charged, what's not charged, things like that. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right, you're up.
Oh, I am up. Okay. We'll do one more question and then we'll go to another break because, we have sponsors and they have ads and we need to go to a break. So I was going to see if you were going to say something from that. I don't know.
No.
But here we go. Mark Campbell says, I always wear pocket socks and stick 2 spare SD cards in there. I had never seen pocket socks, but Mark posted a picture and it's literally a sock that has a little zipper and a pocket inside of it. And so that's kind of his way of, okay, they're not going to get lost or whatever. They're going to be right there. Yeah.
And if
so
he runs out of space, I think it's more if you run out of space, there's one on you to like change out the card.
Yes, you can just change it really quick. Yes, but
Yeah.
just to have it on there as a backup, and then you'd always have it on you. So, and then you don't have to worry being in your pocket and possibly falling out or something like that. If you are like really, really, really sweaty, like maybe that could be an issue, but maybe not. I don't know.
Oklahoma and Kansas summers, it might be a little too hot in
The real thing that I would worry about putting SD cards or anything in pocket socks is getting home, forgetting about it, throwing it in the wash, and then I've washed my stuff that was in the pocket socks.
I wonder what other things I could keep in a pocket sock, though. Maybe like a sandwich. Could a sandwich fit in there?
I mean, if it's like
slider?
the size of a Ritz cracker, maybe.
Yeah, you could warm it up against your ankle. I'm just saying. I mean, whatever. It's cool.
You wanted a hot ham and cheese sandwich, so you just.
It's a hot pocket sock. You put a hot pocket in there.
It literally would be. Okay.
If you put a hot pocket in the pocket, would it be a hot pocket sock? I'm just wondering. Okay, sorry. I digress.
Yeah, we're gonna go to break, and on that high note, and we will be back with a few more mailbag questions, hacks in a second.
Finding the perfect song for your wedding film can be so frustrating.
We spend countless hours searching for the perfect song. When it comes to licensing music, Nick and I both love MusicBed. Not only do they have the best music, but their website makes it so easy to find the perfect song and to find it fast. We have both been using the MusicBed's wedding subscription for years and cannot recommend it enough. Not only are they adding new music from incredible musicians like Chapters, The Light, The Heat, and Tony Anderson all the time, they've made it incredibly easy to search their library for mood, genre, instrumentation, and even key. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to howtofilmweddings.com/musicbed and use promo code HTFW for a free month of a MusicBed wedding subscription. howtofilmweddings.com/musicbed.
And we are back from break. We're just going through sharing some of these hacks, mailbag hacks. And Chris Boshinsky, I think that's how you say that. Is that how you would say that? I think so.
I'd say Boshinsky, yeah.
These little caffeine gummies I carry around me in case I need a pick-me-up. A caffeine gummy.
Okay.
I have never done that. Have you done that?
Nope. No, I haven't, but I don't do a lot of caffeine, but if I needed some, that's a good idea. I usually have a cup of coffee in the morning, and that's usually enough to get me through, but I get it. Some of those days are long, and Nick's yawning right now. He could use some caffeine. I like it. Tamara Schauser says, keep a candy in my car. Caddy. I said candy because we were talking about gummies. Keep a caddy in my car full of any essentials I could possibly need on the day. Extra change of clothes, a sewing kit. In my car, if I'm driving to the wedding, that's been the fun part about transitioning into a lot of out-of-town weddings. I use that as I'm bringing just the backup of everything. I have an extra, as a guy, I bring an extra button-up shirt, same color, just in case. I was at a wedding in March and something bit my neck or something during the ceremony, and I scratched and blood dripped down all over my collar. And I looked down and my light blue shirt just had blood all over it, and I was like, what the? Oh no. And so by having an extra shirt in my car, I just, right after the ceremony, I grabbed the shirt, I went inside and changed, and no one really even knew it. So that was a great thing. And then I keep things like we mentioned earlier, but I also keep things like ointments and stuff in case I start to get all chafed, or if I have there's just, the things that, you're hot and you're up and down on a wedding day. It's I've got some butt paste in there that my kids can use if need be to if you get a chapped butt, that kind of stuff will come in handy. But I have all kinds of things in the car that. I've got a bunch of non-meltable protein bar kind of things, just granola type stuff, just in case. I've got bottles of water, even if it's hot. And I don't know, is there any hack about keeping, I didn't read all these, Nick, but I don't want to ruin it. Does anybody have any hacks about bringing lots of water with you? Because I'll wait.
If you actually go to the next question by Corey Bowen, he says, hydrate extremely well, at least for 2 days before the wedding. So yes. I mean, I think that there's just something about being an adult where you're why do I need water? What's the point of water? Right? So yes, drink a lot of water. I chug a bunch of water before I even start on a wedding day, especially if I know it's going to be really, really hot. Yes, that might make me have to go to the bathroom a lot, but I would rather be in that situation than I don't have water. And I know how I feel a couple days after or the next day if I don't have a lot of water. Because I have made water a priority before a wedding day and on a wedding day, my wedding day hangovers have almost gone away all entirely. Mm-hmm. And I know that that's because I'm drinking a ton of water.
On that note, what I was going to say is I have a half-gallon Yeti type thing. It's not Yeti. I'm not there yet. I'll get there maybe one day. But I fill it up with ice water at the beginning of the day. It's huge. And it doesn't keep it as cool as a Yeti, so it's not just an ice cube for 24 hours or something, but it slowly melts over the day, and that's my backup extra water that stays cold. And on the note of water, I seriously, like, hydration is so huge. I was having all kinds of wedding day hangovers. Nick and Jen had their episode, and Nick was like, you need to drink more water. And we just kind of forget about it on a wedding day. And it's like, I haven't gone to the bathroom in 14 hours. Like, that's not normal. Like, and so drinking, like, it's not like you sit there with a backpack of water on during the day, but like I have waters. And when I have a few minute break, I just down a bunch of water, even if I don't feel thirsty. And so that keeps me energized. Just drinking the water instead of caffeine is could be a really good thing for you. So yeah, hydrating extremely, extremely well. And on that note, Michael Anthony Gruich Jr.'s comment: small cheese cubes, boiled eggs, and water will get you set to start the day. Having little snacks, like I'll bring a lunchbox a lot of times that's got like a little whatever, just to have things, because I eat like on a normal day, like every 2.5 or 3 hours. Like I'm just eating all the time. So that's a good thing. I just try not to have anything that will ruin.
Yeah, we have we stock up on Quest bars. They are high protein, gluten free. I mean, we're not the gluten free. There's people out there that I know are. So if I need a protein snack and you don't know what to do, a Quest bar is a great place to start. We always bring like 3 or 4 of those with us. Typically, we only eat one each, but that's what we're typically taking on a wedding day.
Also, for legal purposes, we are not nutritionists, so please consult with your physician before taking any of our advice. I don't want to, whatever, saying it out there.
Oh, okay.
Contact your attorney. No, I'm just kidding.
James Wolfenbarger, sweet name.
That is a
audio
cool name.
of them reading their letters, video of them reading each other's letters. Could be. This is one where I know from a filmmaking standpoint, this makes more sense from like a movie video kind of standpoint, but also I do not want to stress the couples out. I do not want to, it adds a layer to do it like this, because now we're doing 2 things rather than just one thing. So I think this is a great idea. If this is the route you want to go, it's something that has helped you whenever you're preparing your films and that kind of stuff. I kind of give my couples the option and let them choose when it comes to this specific issue. Topic thing.
Good idea, James, for sure. Just thinking outside the box on that. Nicole Agrodnik.
I believe
she has a few things. I'll pound through these real fast. Bring a nice plain wooden dress hanger plus a command strip. We talked about that, to use when the bride doesn't supply one. Just having nice wooden hangers, great idea. We'll get to talking about those in a sec. But the next thing, have a clear umbrella for the bride and groom if it rains. Love that idea. And the last one she said was bring your own mic stand to use for speeches if needed. Nick, thoughts on these?
Love all of those. And then I would even say bring your own mic stand to all of the speeches because you need one. I would add that in there. Like, we always take a mic stand because I believe it's necessary so that they don't walk around and that kind of stuff. But yes, some DJs bring them. Very few of them bring them, for that kind of thing. But yes, I love that. The wooden hanger, like if you go to Amazon or something like that, you can buy like a 5-pack. And we had 5 and we just put one, and, we no longer have a 5-pack because we would leave them places. But, you go to these weddings that are super fancy and really nice. The dress is, a $5,000 dress, and all they have for it is that plastic nasty hanger that, comes on all of them. So by you having that, then you have something, if you can find them with little notches, that's good too, so that the dress can hang on something. Or you could maybe use your gaff tape if it won't mess the dress and stick it on there so the dress doesn't slide off the sides. Could be a good idea there.
Is sticky tack down there somewhere? Because on my monopods, I will put sticky tack on the monopod, and you can stick that on the dress a little bit, or on the hanger, and it will make it, not the dress, sorry. Don't take my advice. But you can put it on the hanger and it'll keep things from some shifting, and you can use it to the sticky tack to set up rings and different things like that. Yeah. The only thing I was going to say, last thing about the mic stand, is if your monopod has a piece of gaff tape on it, or your tripod does, you can grab that piece of gaff tape and just gaff tape the microphone down into the stand right before the speeches happen, and that way they can't pick up the microphone, take it away from the stand, walk around in the dark, which they want to do. Yep. So just putting that little piece of tape well worth it.
Yep. One of my favorite things that happened at a wedding is I had a girl, she was like, I want to take this off, and it wouldn't come up. And then a groomsman like walked up and he tried to pull it off like he could do it too, and it didn't work. And I was like, yeah, I got you. Okay. We're going to do one more mailbag for this episode. Maybe we'll come back and we'll do another one in the future, but we're going to end on this one. I think this is a great one. Alex Young said this: learn how to tie a bow tie and be able to tie it on someone.
So smart.
There are two YouTube videos right there if you type in how to tie a bow tie, and forever, whenever I would go to a wedding, I would see all these guys huddled around the computer or watching on their phone trying to learn how to tie a bow tie because, they thought it would be awesome to get a real bow tie rather than those, stinky, janky clip-on ones, but no one knows how to do it. And they don't think to try it on beforehand or do it beforehand. So that is a great hack. Learn how to tie a bow tie, or learn how to tie a tie as well, just so you know both of those things, because there are lots of guys out there that don't know how to tie a tie. They've never worn a tie. They don't know what they're doing. And as a present, they get a tie. They're like, I don't know what to do. And then there's one guy in the corner of the room that's tying 8 ties because no one else knows how to do it. So,
yep, I've seen that a ton of times. This is a really fun episode. If you like this style of episode, we're always trying to bring you new, fresh ideas and things on the How to Film Weddings podcast, of course. Let us know if you like this, if you want to do more things like this, where it is crowdfunded, if you will. I don't know what the word is, but we appreciate everybody dropping those comments. There were literally so many more pages of these inside of our Facebook group. If you're not a part of that group, go to howtofilmweddings.com/community, right, Nick? Mm-hmm. I got it right? All right. Link drop. Right. And it will auto forward you to the How to Film Weddings Facebook group where you can join in on the conversation. Nick, it's always so fun hanging out with you. I'll let you land the bird, land the plane. But guys, have an awesome week.
Dude, you were doing like you landed it. Like you're like, okay, I'm crossing the finish line here. I'll give you the baton.
Oh, so you can do it. I'll do it. I can do it. Do you guys want me to land it? Do you want Nick to land it? No, but seriously, I will land it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys. Have an awesome week, and until next time, we will see ya.
See ya.
Are you looking for a better way to deliver your wedding films to your couples? Look no further. Our friends over at WedFlow provide the most flexible video delivery solution on the market. WedFlow is pay per project with no large upfront cost or commitment, and you can cancel anytime. Not only that, WedFlow offers a premium viewing experience for your couples, accessible on mobile, tablet, desktop, as well as their very own suite of TV apps. Each project comes with 10 years hosting and an experience for your clients that will blow them away. Stop delivering your films the old-fashioned way and give your couples something to rave about. Head on over to howtofilmweddings.com/WedFlow to check out WedFlow today.